Welcome back, collective, to Lightbridge Tarot. Today we are going to be diving deep into a reflection of your romantic journey. We're going to be looking at the question as what your dating life is showing you. If you've been feeling a bit in the clouds lately, if things have been feeling foggy, or if you've been struggling to find clarity in your connections, today we're going to clear that energy. We're here to bring you back to center, gain a fresh perspective, and find the clarity that you have been seeking. As always, this is a timeless reading. If you've been guided to this video today, trust the message is meant for you. Please take what resonates with your soul and feel free to leave behind what doesn't. Let's step across the bridge together and see what the cards have to reveal for you today, collective. We're going to use the Love Vibes deck. Okay, we're going to just shuffle them up. Collective, let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's get into our heart space. Let's see what the divine has for you today in regards to dating. What is your dating life going to reveal for you today, collective? What message do you need to hear today? Know that sometimes it's not always beautiful, but we hope that it is. And if it's not, it's something that we need to reflect on and make sure that we unblocked what energy is there. And that's why we pull cards to have more clarity on our situation. All right, we're going to do 2 more shuffles. 1 and 2. All right. Okay. What does the divine have for the collective today in regards to dating life? What is it going to reveal for you? What is the message that you need to receive today to help you bring clarity to your situation? And the cards take long like that is not because there's not no energy, but because it's being very careful of what is going to come out. Nope. Sometimes I lose my footing. There we go. All right. Seems like you've been dealing with a heavy topic lately. The heavy topic could be a toxic talk. With the Love Vibes Oracle deck, it's saying, let's bring it down a little bit. It's saying the way you're speaking to each other is causing harm, not healing. Words have energy, and right now they're wounding. It's like you guys are having difficulty having a meeting of the minds. Both of your egos are playing in a huge role in the dynamic of this relationship, and it's asking you guys to actually make peace with this current situation. The toxicity is not helping your situation. The toxic talk, the negative conversations that you guys are having, the heated discussions, the kind of maybe degrading, maybe the degrading messages that you're speaking to each other is causing harm and not healing. And there is a type of clarity that you need in regards to that. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper with this. So collective, when we speak from a place of ego, our words don't build bridges. They actually start to create the walls. If you're feeling disconnected, look at the frequency of your last conversation. Was it meant to hurt or was it meant to heal? There's a lack of alignment. You're trying to have a meeting of the minds, but you're actually having a battle of the egos. You cannot find clarity when you are both fighting. The cards are asking you to make peace with the situation. Doesn't necessarily mean to make peace with the person just yet, but definitely make peace with the situation. Stop feeding the fire of the argument, of the disconnect. The toxicity you're speaking into existence is what's keeping you stuck. We're going to move on to the next set of deck that we have ready for you. Okay, collective. So the next deck that we're going to use is we're going to use Curiosity. We're going to decode the drama and see what's possibly hindering this situation. All right, so let's get into our heart space. Take a deep breath with me. Let it out. Guys, been feeling a little stuck lately. I'm going to clear up that right away. Get into your heart space. I've been feeling the heaviness as well. So I am feeling like the situation is not allowing you to bring clarity, clouded judgment. And so this is going to help clear the path for you today, collective. I'm going to do 2 more shuffles. This is 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, collective. Let's get started. Let's see what that is. God, listen to your intuition. Let's see. 1 more shuffle. Breaking free, fighting. Oof. You know what's crazy? It's like the universe sometimes is humorous. It says break free from fighting. Oh Lord. That's interesting. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at both cards real quick, collective. So the first card that came out was the break free. And it says break free from cycles. Breaking free. Cycles don't break themselves, but all it takes is one bold move to change the whole trajectory. And then I just want to look at these are new cards, so I'm just going to look at the imagery as well. So we have a jar, and the jar, I'm not sure what it has in the jar, but it just looks like this energy trying to break free out of the jar. And we see that the lid is out, and then the butterfly above it, just wings spread, just beautifully ready to, activate into the world. And then we're going to move to break free. My mind today. All right, fighting. The 2 gloves with all the, lightning around it. Communication has collapsed. It's no longer about finding solution. It's about winning at all costs. And what's rather interesting about this is that we talked a little bit about the ego. And it's basically saying that you got to kind of like disengage that ego and break free from this fighting. It's time. You guys been holding on to this a little bit too long. And there's a lot of love here that you guys have from each other. And this is a transitional period where you guys can just sit together and show each other love and appreciation for the situation. And maybe grow from this if you guys are both willing to. On the other side of things, if this is a toxic cycle that's been going on, that there's too much of a uh, gap within regards to the communication, and there's a huge disconnect, then maybe this is what it's saying. It's for you is to kind of let go of this relationship, break free from it, and allow yourself to make room to kind of have time for yourself, to have clarity about what worked and what didn't work with this relationship, and kind of close the chapter. So we're going to kind of dive into both of those things, and then we're going to move to our next one to see what the message has for us. Okay, collective. So before we move further to the other deck, I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to hear this. The war that you're fighting right now is not actually with your partner. It is with your own peace of mind. And I know that may be kind of difficult to hear right now, but you needed this clarity today. Whether you're here to heal this connection or to find courage to walk away, you have to stop trying to win. You cannot win a relationship if you lose yourself in the process. Ask yourself this: is my need to be right more important than my need to be at peace? So if you're exhausted, that is your signal. It is not a signature of failure. It is a sign that your soul is ready for a new journey. You have the power to stop the cycle. You have the power to walk away from the noise and start listening to your own heart. Let's look at what's sitting in the heart beneath all that static and all that ego. We're going to move on to my next deck. Okay, collective. These are small, but they have a lot of information for us. So let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's get into our heart space. Let's see what the divine has for the collective today. You know, when I walked in to do a reading, I was pretty excited. My energy was like, yes, let's get this reading here. And I felt pulled to do this reading. And as I started to read, the heaviness of this almost started to cloud my mind. Almost like I couldn't have a thought process, which was really weird. I feel like I'm channeling the energy today in regards to the situation. Although very heavy, right? But it's a clarity that you need, collective. Okay? So remember that. And we're going to go ahead and bring you some more clarity, more encouragement with this situation that you are going through. We got your back. The divine has your back. All right, so let's get shuffling. All right, collective. So 2 cards came out. The first one that came out was when they show you, believe them. Red flags, evidence, radical honesty. Silence is more than their words. Communication gaps, hidden truth, listening deeper. So we have a trend here with regards to communication. There's major communication disconnect with your situation. Okay, so we're going to look at the first card. And in the first card, we see that she is there while in the background, the connection is not fully there. We have the guy on the phone being distracted with social media, maybe even liking posts or watching videos of, maybe other females or something. Maybe he has an idea of, you see the second picture of him kissing another woman. He can be either in this situation, or he is visualizing or dreaming about being with other women. And so I'm not sure if this is the same character, because in this scenario she has a purple shirt. The main character has a purple shirt, and then the other character has a red shirt. So what the connection with the red, I see that there's red on that. I put dating on the whiteboard. So then I see him contemplating, and then he kissing. The next picture is he kissing the woman on the forehead. Nope, it's definitely not the same person. Different hair colors, right? So it looks like he's engaging in activities behind your back. His ego is definitely has a dark shadow around him. He has a toxic characteristic archetype about him. You could see that he's drinking, that he is connecting with other people just in his phone and not really focused on you. So when they show you, believe them. If you've been noticing the red flags, this is the evidence that you need to bring clarity to your situation. This is the radical honesty that you are requiring today, collective. And just listen. Don't ignore the signs. You are the person that will detect it. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. You've been noticing something different, some changes. Listen to your intuition again. The next card that came in was silence says more than their words. Communication gaps, hidden truth, listening deeper. So what happens when you've been, engaging in conversations, right? And you're not getting the same energy back to you. It's not being reciprocated. It's like you're the one leading the conversations. This person is not so much into you. He's not prioritizing you. And I say he, but it also could be vice versa. It could be she could not be providing the attention that you seek. So these roles can be reversed easily, right? Because this could be a man dealing with a situation where a female is more engaged in when we look at the first card, more engaged with social media and maybe entertaining other people at this time when he should be prioritizing you. And then, silence is more than their words. Sometimes silence is a message. Silence does speak louder than words sometimes, and sometimes we just got to go ahead and reflect on that and realize that, hey, we have to walk away from this situation because it's not bringing us the peace that we need. With situations like this, it helps us learn and grow more about ourselves. It's not about the other person, it's about us. We can't control what the other person does. When we reflect on the situation, is what are we going to allow in our relationship, in my relationship? What am I going to allow in it? Is this something that I need in my life? If this is something that aligns with me. This is not aligning with me. This is something that is not for me. And I have to move forward with a mental strength and clarity in regards to the empowerment of moving forward and closing the gap on this situation. If it's a situation that you have to have a conversation about, go ahead, have that conversation. Bring closure to yourself if you want it, if you need it. Sometimes we don't always get the closure that we need. Okay, collective? So collective, if you've been questioning yourself, your intuition has not been wrong. The heaviness you feel is your body reacting to the truth that you have been trying to talk yourself out of. Today, you're stepping out of that. You are choosing to believe the evidence over the excuses. If they aren't speaking into your life, if their actions are silent, you don't need to fill the silence with your own energy anymore. The silence is your answer, is their truth, even if they won't say it out loud. What we're going to do is we're going to close this with another card because I need something more. I need encouragement. I need a healing card. So I'm going to look at my decks and see what card I'm going to bring to close this out. All right. So, Whispers of Healing. We are definitely going to use this today with regards to this situation. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's get into our heart space. Let's see what the message for the collective is today. Okay. Really big cards. Really big cards. There we go. That's a card for you. Okay. So the card that came out was Reawakening. Reawaken. Looks like you are in a deep sleep, deep meditative sleep here. Such a beautiful card. Number 7. And you could see that her inner child, your inner child, it's laying, contemplating, and trying to get to that restorative state that your heart needs and your heart desires at this time. The imagery is beautiful. The spider web is here. It's like you've been caught in a web of, toxicity, that you've been going through some tough and difficult times, but this is a reminder to look back on your inner child and bring that love and light that your inner child needs right now. Give yourself grace. Give yourself a lot of self-love. I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper with regards to reawakening and what is the dating life showing us. So I will be right back, collective. As we look into this card, the energy of the cycle we've been discussing, the toxicity, the confusion, the winning at all costs. Excuse me. It's a web that has kept you stuck, that has kept you tired and in a state of spiritual slumber. You haven't been living, you've been surviving. The Reawaken card is your signal that the sleep is finally over. When you look at this image, the inner child, she isn't fighting the web. She is rising above it. She is returning to that state of innocence and peace that existed before the toxicity, before the egos, and before the heartbreak. The message here is simple for you, but very profound. You are not responsible for breaking the web. You are only responsible for waking up. When you reawaken, you realize that you don't have to fight to be loved. You don't have to win an argument to be seen. You simply need to come back to yourself. Give your inner child the grace, the protection, and the love that you've been pouring into a connection that wasn't given back to you. So today, you are choosing to stop the struggle. You are choosing to reawaken to your own worth. You're stepping out of the web and you're stepping into your own light. All right, collective. I was pulled to this energy after sitting with this Reawaken card. I want to go in a little bit deeper with this. As I look at this inner child, I'm also feeling for those who are parents. Sometimes we stay in toxic arguments. We think we're holding it together for the family, but we have to ask ourselves, what are we teaching our children about love through our own interactions? When you choose to reawaken, when you choose to stop the toxic cycles, disengage from the ego, and find your own peace, you aren't just healing yourself, you are fundamentally changing the atmosphere of your home. You are showing your children that love shouldn't feel like war, that they don't have to win to be worthy, and that their parents chose peace as a priority. By breaking your own cycle, you are giving your children the greatest gift possible, the permission to grow up in a home where grace, self-love, and emotional clarity are the standard. That this isn't just about your dating life anymore. It's about the legacy of love you are building for your family. And before I let you go, I want to leave you with some practical wisdom to carry. Awareness is the first step, but action is the bridge. If you've recognized that you're stuck in a toxic cycle, your first practical action today is to pause. For the next 24 hours, commit to the 3-second rule. Before you respond to a heated text or comment, take 3 seconds to breathe. Ask yourself, does this come from love, or this comes from my ego? If it's ego, delete it. Do not send. Secondly, if you are a parent, make a conscious effort to model calm for your children today. Let them see you choosing peace over winning. Your actions are the blueprint they are reading. I truly hope today's message brought you peace, love, and the clarity that your relationship, and more importantly, your soul needed to hear. Remember to protect your peace, trust your path, and keep moving forward because you are exactly where you are meant to be. Thank you for watching Lightbridge Tarot. I see you on the other side. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your favorite emoji in the comment section to help our community grow. We'll see you next time.